Hello, early dongles, and welcome back to Max's Camp NaNoWriMo April 2015 vlogs. Vlogs that are so casual, I'm just wearing a sleeveless black shirt. That's how casual this is. I might as well just be playing Final Fantasy IX. Hello, everybody, welcome back to Max Plays Final Fantasy IX. On the previous episode, we defeated Yaoi Man, and we're about to go off and save the universe. That sounds like it's ridiculous, but I've recorded some episodes in advance, and wait until you meet Yaoi Man. He's like everyone's best antagonist. With that ridiculous opening out of the way, let's talk about my day 10 for April 2015 Camp NaNoWriMo. April 2015 Camp NaNoWriMo. I'm not stressed. I'm just a little tired. Today was really long. Today's writing session went incredibly long. Like, I wrote for like an extra hour than I usually do to get the same amount of words. That is because today's episode was the big showdown. Basically, the peak of the book, and the main characters fought against the Lost Sinner, and it was a really intense fight, and I will talk about, my thoughts behind it in a moment, but it was sort of things when I finished it, and then I realized, oh crap, I still have 3 videos to shoot today. And that's kind of like the conflicting thing with me right now, is that I'm happy that this was an awesome writing session, but I'm sad and angry that I won't get to have a lot of work done today. I'll see what happens this weekend. I may have to miss one writing advice video next Monday. That's life, though. I mean, what am I gonna do? I only have 24 hours in the day. I can't squeeze more time out of that. So, regardless of that, how much did I write today? Today I wrote a total of 3,886 words, bringing our total to 28,092 words. Disclaimer, I did not write yesterday. I did not write on Thursday. I went to see Kitty. It is not my day off, but it's the day that I spend outside doing errands, and I spent part of the day with Kitty because she was sick and I was taking care of her. And by taking care of her, I mean I made her snacks and we watched anime, which was a pretty good way to spend the day. I do find that sometimes I'm a little bit too hard on myself, and I may just actually make the Thursdays free days for the rest of the month because I've been nothing but stressed out. Okay, I'm saying that figuratively. I've been a little bit bothered the last 2 Thursdays because I wasn't able to write, but yesterday I spent it really taking care of Kitty because she's been really sick recently, so I may just make them free. I don't know. I'll figure something out. There is plenty of time left in the month, so we'll have to see what happens. As for awesome things, before I talk about my actual process, I'm super excited because I'm right on schedule for finishing this book before the 15th. And I may just finish it on like the 13th, I think, which is like 3 days from now that I think about it. Probably on the 14th, which means that I will be able to just jump in and start writing the next book right ahead. I don't know what I'm going to be writing next. I don't know. Part of me, because I'm right on the Here boat right now, Here being the protagonist of the current book. I may just write the next book after that. I don't know. It's weird. I'm not sure about things. I'm gonna have to wait and find out. As for other awesomeness things, it's kind of awesome to be done with 2/3 of the book. That's kind of amazing for me. I'm really excited to be done with that. And as for other things, today's chapter, although took longer to write because it was combat and a lot of important things that needed to happen. And the worst part for me was that I realized part of me, the working me, was like, hey, we gotta wrap this up. Hey, let me give him like a mafia voice. Hey, boss, we gotta wrap this up now, boss. Like, we still got 3 videos to shoot today, boss. We gotta get this down. Say, yeah. But I was like, the rest of me was like, this. I'm gonna give him Simon's voice from Durara. This is very important chapter. Chapter need happen. Chapter need happen so story move on. Little mafia man. I'm literally gone off on a ship of my own making. That's a reference to a line from a book that I haven't published, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. But silliness aside, part of me was like, hey Max, you better hurry up because we have a lot of work to do. And the rest of me was like, no, this here is the act of writing and it matters. And we better get this done as well as possible the first time around so that later on we have more clay to work with. If I write long, that's fine. I can just chop it off later. It's easier to cut than it is to add. So I might as well just, bear for the impact and just brace for the impact and just go on with the act of writing. And I did. The chapter ended up being pretty good. I mean, the chapter was longer than usual because I shoot for my chapters to be about 3.5k, and this chapter was 3.8k, so it was a little bit over. Aside from that, it was really intense. Combat is always really intense for me to write, and it always takes me a little bit longer because fighting and a lot of description. But it was fun. It was a fun combat scene, and a lot of really interesting things happened, particularly with people who I didn't think would speak ended up speaking, and people who I didn't think would make it, made it. I will leave it at that. I will let you wonder about what happened. But it was really fun. It was a really fun chapter and really fun writing, and I was looking forward to talking about it today, because I do find that life can get in the way of writing, and it does. And today, even though part of me is a little bit sad and bitter that I won't get as much work done, I got the writing done. And whenever that happens, I find myself coming back to a quote by Neil Gaiman, which I don't have at hand right now, but I will pseudo-quote. And it's the idea that on the good writing days, nothing else matters. If you get your writing done, nothing else matters. And, you know, today was a good writing day. I got that chapter done. From here on, it's pretty much downhill in the story. Ha ha! Literally downhill. Awful things. Prepare to have your heart broken. It's gonna be fun. Really fun. And aside from that, there's a couple more things that I'm looking forward to, but I won't tell you about them because it's a secret. As for what I will be writing next, I have no idea. It's crazy. Actually, I should finish one point before I move on to the next. Life gets in the way of writing, and right now, if you're writing and if it feels as though the story is not moving forward fast enough, keep going. Keep going, because it's not about getting a whole story done in a sitting. It's about working continuously, building the habit to write, and strengthening your ability to tell a story so you can always come back to the act of writing. And as I mentioned, on the good writing days, nothing else matters. But yeah, that's pretty much everything else that is going on for me right now. Unfortunately, today I won't be able to shoot a writing video for Monday as I would have preferred to, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Maybe I'll have an extra vlog, which will be, you know, I'm sure all of you will enjoy having an extra vlog of me being silly. We'll have to wait and see. It's been a couple of days since I had like a full-on 2-day vlog, so we'll see how things turn out. I've been having a lot of fun with this NaNoWriMo though, with this camp NaNoWriMo. I have my calendar on the side. I may post images of it later, but like I've only missed 3 days this entire camp NaNoWriMo. That's pretty good considering the last camp NaNoWriMo I was missing every weekend, so it's an improvement, little baby steps, it's good. Baby steps, said the person who's written like 12 books. Every book is its own different experience, remember that. With all that silliness being said, do I have any, like, silly jokes to make today? I don't know, last vlog was incredibly silly, so I figured today's vlog would be extra casual with me just wearing like a sleeveless shirt. Pretty much just that. As for things that I'm looking forward to coming up in the story, you get the feeling sometimes when you think ahead a scene that you hope happens, and you're not setting it up. I mean, I don't set things up because it feels artificial and it feels forced, so I just come in and I'm like, I hope this happens. I hope that this cool thing maybe somehow comes around. And it's in the workings, and then the final act of this book deals with a particular event that I'm looking forward to. A wonderful moment that I'm looking forward to. And it's the sort of thing where like I'm super ready for it, and I think it's coming up really soon. And like the stars seem to have aligned themselves, the characters seem to be on the same page, so it's gonna be incredibly fun. And it's the sort of thing where like, as someone who's writing the book and imagining people reading the book, is the sort of thing where I imagine people reading the book and being like, the main subject got resolved relatively soon. I wonder if something awful is about to happen. Wonderful things. And a particular character who has like no character whatsoever. Oh, don't mind me, I'm gonna be doing my nails once this is done. I borrowed a bunch of Kitty's nail polish. Don't tell her. A character who did not get any character development. Actually, I've been giving people who didn't get character development. Like, the Lost Sinner, I actually got the Lost Sinner to talk, which was pretty fun. And then I had a couple of flashbacks with the Lost Sinner, who, for all intents and purposes, has like 0 character development throughout the entirety of the Dark Souls 2 game and lore. And don't tell me that one item description being like, she committed an awful crime and secluded herself within the prison. I'm like, don't tell me that. That's not background story. That's not even like background framing. It's just like a background shadow. There was a cleverer joke there, somewhere. If you're clever enough to make that into a better joke, feel free to post it down in the comments below. Talking about things down in the comments below, feel free to let me know how your process has been going. I love reading your comments, it's always incredibly fun, and I love giving you all support. We're all doing this together because the thing that I love about this month is that it's like the happiest month to be a writer because everyone is writing. Whether it is hard, whether it comes to you easily, whether we're all just going crazy because our characters are not working with us or helping us along the way, we're all doing it together. It's a sense of solidarity. It's the idea that you're not alone, you know? And writing can be a really, really lonely profession, a really, really lonely act. So sharing it with other people helps a lot. And I want to inspire you to go and share your story, your current status, with the rest of us. Feel free to leave it down in the comments below. As for me, I have a couple more things I need to get done today. Today is not over by any means of the imagination, and I have a couple more things to do, and maybe, somehow, I may find time to dedicate some time to myself, maybe do a little bit of this, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But I digress. With all those things said, I want to thank you for watching, like, subscribe, do all the socially related things, and I'll be seeing you soon! Mwah!